Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Netball South Africa podcast. So we are back and it's all about development. And talking about development structures, we do have one of our executives at Netball South Africa, and it is Mrs. Claudine Claassen, and she is the Demarcations and Structures Director. I don't know if I should say Claudes or director because you're not so formal. Claudes, welcome to the Netball South Africa podcast.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Claudes, you and sports, I know you're very passionate about it. Take us back to, how your journey started and your love for the sport.
Okay, yes. My love for the sport started way back during my youth. I was born and bred in Steenbok, where I am now, Western Cape, Cape Town, Western Cape. I participated under the banner of SACOS. SACOS was a non-racial sport who believed in that there could be no normal sport in an abnormal society. Back in the days, that was during the apartheid years. I don't want to touch too much on that, but everybody knows that was with the previous dispensation. Whereas netball, there was different types of organizations. There was different organizations, whereas NASA, I participated under the banner of NASA. NASA was Netball Association of South Africa, and our national colors was black and gold. And we were not allowed to wear the green and gold at the time. So I participated both in netball and athletics. Athletics was also, we also wore black and gold. During those years. Yeah. So that is basically where my sport started.
Was it easy for you to get to that stage of playing for the national team, if I may put it that way?
To be honest with you, back then, there was a lot of talent. And I mean, back then I can talk about passionate people. I still see a lot of them now, that's still involved in sport. The difference between also, from back then and now is that we had to really work hard to get where we are. And there was no such things as handouts, we used to, and we never enjoyed the privileges of those youngsters of today. We didn't know what it was to sleep in a hotel. We slept in schools on the floor. We slept at people's houses, people that you never knew. You didn't even know them. You would get to another province and the school kids would have to accommodate, players from or athletes from another province. But it was quite interesting. It made, it made us who we are today. Because, and for me, sometimes you would end up at houses where that is less privileged than you. And at others, was people who are more privileged than you, and you had to adapt to every situation that there is. Yeah.
You just had to remain humble in all situations. Sure. Fast forward, you're now the director. One of the directors at Netball South Africa with a very important position, Demarcations and Structures. What is it all about?
Wow. There's so much to tell. My core function, basically at Netball South Africa, is to oversee to membership, registrations and verifications thereof, with the assistance from the staff at the office. Also, so that we can ensure that our database is accurate, secure, and reflects active members only. Also, this process is also vital, for legitimacy, accountability, and access to netball opportunities for our members. Another critical aspect is ensuring that our districts are fully functional, meaning they have structured governance, due to and follow due processes and align with the Constitution of Netball South Africa. This creates unity, fairness, and also transparency across the board.
So you're one of those people, or it's your job when we say netball is one of the biggest sporting codes in South Africa. So you're the one that sees the numbers. You've seen the numbers increase, especially in terms of members that are registered with Netball South Africa.
Yes, definitely. I used to be a staff member at Netball South Africa before I became a director, and my job was still working with members. And I was responsible. I was a transformation officer at Netball South Africa, and back then I would see, when I started off, I think we started with about 14,000 people. We had 14,000 members. Okay, that's excluding schools because we did and without schools, but club members, 14,000. We could easily be now. That was 2016. 2016, now 2025, last year we had about 25,000 plus members. That is how, and every year we increased, and you can basically see the love that there is for the sport out there, and there's more kids that's getting interested. But I think it's also of, what they see that there's opportunities for them because netball has grown. It's the biggest women's sport in the country. So, and everybody can see that there is opportunities for them and that everybody is now flocking to netball as well.
Yeah. You mentioned districts, I know you've been having workshops for districts. Talk to us about, the purpose of having those workshops and what's the main reason for having them.
Yes, it's basically to empower our district officials, our members within the districts, because obviously there's elections that takes place in districts. So as soon as a district these districts are elected, they have their elections, then they need to have, they need to understand the roles and responsibilities of what happens within there. So I run these structural workshops in districts and in provinces as well, to assist them to understand their roles and responsibilities, which includes also understanding the constitution, conflict resolution, and governance. So our goal is basically to equip everyone with the tools that they need to lead their districts effectively.
And have you seen the difference, looking at before you did the structural workshops and post? Are you seeing the difference?
Yes, most definitely. I've received quite a number of positive feedback from the districts, from members who attended these workshops, saying that they have, that it assisted them. They didn't understand their roles and responsibilities or understand what they should be doing, really why they are in these positions. And since they've attended the workshop, it's very clear to them of what to do out there. And some of them feel so confident that they even want to come and stand for positions at Netball South Africa. Yeah.
What would you say are some of the challenges that you face?
Finances. That is a very big problem. People struggle financially, especially, coming from certain backgrounds, different. We have members coming from different backgrounds, who doesn't have money to support themselves, to register with a district. It's sad to see some of these kids that are left behind because they cannot pay to go to, to attend championships or to any events whatsoever. Yes, that is the biggest challenge that we currently experience. And then also there's also these internal, just internal issues that needs to be resolved. But I think it's more about people that don't understand and they don't, some people, say for instance, the two of us would be in an executive together, and we will always have that difference because I don't understand your role, you don't understand my role, so people interfere in each other's roles. So that is also a very big problem that comes with that.
So part of the structural workshops covers that so that people can understand their roles and responsibilities as well.
Yes, most definitely. It's basically we're building more than a sport. We're shaping leadership and unity amongst members as well.
Being at a tournament like TNC, we're seeing this is a partnership. Telkom, schools netball coming in and Netball South Africa. Just on a personal capacity now, looking at the numbers are growing each and every year, number of teams coming to tournaments like the TNC. What does it mean to you just looking at the growth of the sport?
Wow, it's amazing to see this. We've never had this. And, we're grateful to schools, that we have a good relationship with schools netball, SA schools, to be able to have a combined tournament, because in the past we used to have an under-19 tournament, the junior championships without schools, and that is what increased the number. And we also have to thank Telkom for coming on board, our sponsors, Telkom, who's there, who's supporting this project. And you can see the potential. We are really growing as a sport. And that is where, our development starts down there from this level onwards. This is our development phase. And we have seen from this tournament, we have seen a lot of these players falling into the national teams. Yeah. Now the team that's Namibia, there's quite a number that came from this tournament. And again, this week, more players will be identified to represent the country.
Man, it's exciting times.
Yes.
And in closing, what would you like to say to the netball people out there?
To the listeners out there, netball is more than a game. It's a community, a leadership platform, and a movement. My portfolio might be behind the scenes, okay, but it's foundational to the success you see on as well as off the court of netball. And I want to encourage each and every player, administrator, official out there to continue to never give up on your dream. Sometimes somebody set a goal for themselves and just one obstacle comes along the way and they decide they want to give up. And it's important for you to reach for those dreams, and reach for that goal and never let anybody get in the way of your dreams.
On that positive note, Director, thank you so much once again for coming through and joining us on the Netball South Africa podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Karabo.
Until we do it again, it's a wrap.